Greetings, Southern Cameroonians. Greetings, Ambazonia. This is King H2 of Southern Cameroon. This is King H2 of Ambazonia speaking. And my reason for doing this video is because of the infighting that is going on social media about Eric Tato and the interim government. But before I decide to speak on that issue, I want to talk about the 5 essential factors of what a good leader, a great leader, is supposed to have. And these 5 main factors that a great leader must have are clarity, decisiveness, courage, passion, and humility. Now, if you look at these 5 factors or essential points that a leader, a great leader, is supposed to have, you find out that among these 5 factors, there are lackings when you talk about, there are certain lackings when you talk about Dr. Sako, which is based on my opinion, King H of Southern Cameroon speaking. A good leader or a great leader must have clarity, must be clear and concise at all times. But listen to Dr. Sako when he speaks, when he expresses himself. When you listen to the guy speak, it makes you wonder, did this guy actually have a PhD degree? This guy is supposed to be a pastor. Most pastors, or most great pastors, are orators, are good speakers, are people who can convince, who can speak boldly and clearly, so that whoever is listening can be able to understand the message that he or she is given. But when you listen to Dr. Sako speaks, any reasonable man will wonder, does this guy know what he is saying? Does he know what he is doing? Does he know how to express himself? You can't be a PhD holder or have a doctorate degree without being able to express yourself meaningfully, clearly. But that Dr. Sako lacks all what it takes to be able to speak as an orator, as a great communicator. Now, when you look at Eric Tato, when you listen to Eric Tato speaks in his live videos, if you read his articles from his National Telegraph, you know this guy is a great communicator. Clarity. A great leader must have clarity, clear vision, must have a vision, a goal where we're supposed to be going to. And then if you look at Dr. Sako, what are his goals? He started with my trip to Boya. What happened to my trip to Boya? Southern Cameroons, you must think, because this is a war, this is a revolution. And in revolution and wars, people die from both sides. But the reason for us fighting this revolution is that we want to achieve independence. That's what we want to achieve, independence. And we want to do it in the most shortest time as possible. With my trip to Boya and the amount of money raised, it would have given us the opportunity to support our military on the ground with all the AK-44, AK-47 and guns, military weapons that they need to fight the war. One thing people seem not to understand is that in order for us to successfully win our revolution, win our independence, our sovereignty, we must have a strong military. Now, with military also involves strategy, but that's for another day. I just want to talk about what it takes to be a great leader. You need clarity. You have to have a vision. And if you listen to the vision or the goals of Eric Carter, like Doc, if you listen to it, you understand that this is something that can be achievable. This is something that you can actually see, vision, something that you can see happening, so long as it's put in place. We gave an opportunity, a chance to Dr. Sako, when he came up with My Trip to Boya. But what did he do with that opportunity? What did he do with that chance? He squandered it. He took the money and did whatever he did, and we don't know what happened to the money till today. That's not a leader we need in a time of revolution, in a time of war, in a time of fighting for independence, in a time of fighting for sovereignty. This is not the type of leader we need. Now, let me go to the second, which is decisiveness. Decisiveness, you must be able to make your mind, speak your mind, and stand on what you're saying. But if you listen to Dr. Sako, he's going back and forth, back and forth. What is this thing about celebrating the 30th of whatever, when that was a day the war was declared on Southern Cameroon and our people were killed? What kind of leaders celebrate the day of the day that our people were killed because a war was declared upon us? It doesn't make sense. If you want to actually use that day, it's to encourage our soldiers to fight, to give them all the necessary tools, weapons, AK-47, machinery weapons that they need to fight the war that was declared upon Southern Cameroon on the 30th of November, if I'm correct. But this is the day that somebody like Dr. Sako wants to celebrate. It makes you wonder, is that a leader for Southern Cameroon, or is that a leader for La République du Cameroon? Is he fighting for us to win our independence, or is he taking us to a path where it will lead to more death and we will not have anything to defend ourselves as Southern Cameroonians? We gave Dr. Sako an opportunity to prove himself as a leader of Southern Cameroon when he came up with My Trip to Boya, and My Trip to Boya failed woefully. My Trip to Boya failed woefully. We cannot give that kind of person another chance with a huge sum of money when we know he wasn't held accountable when My Trip to Boya was a failure. And this guy has the guts to even ask $10,000 when he's not even given anything. And some of you Dr. Sako's surrogates seem to be supporting him. You support him to do that when people are dying daily. When they had the dialogue in Yaoundé, our people, Southern Cameroonians, our people were being killed daily. Why do you think our people are dying in the numbers? It's because they don't have the necessary weapons. Our soldiers don't have the necessary weapons needed to fight this war. This is an advanced war, and we need better weapons. We can't win this revolution if our soldiers are not properly given all the tools they need. And Dr. Sako has failed in that. Courage is the third skills that any great leader must have. When you listen to Dr. Sako speak, does courage inspire you? Does this guy speak like he can make you feel the passion to want to fight? Or does this guy speak like he's putting you to sleep? Because I can even listen to that guy for 1 minute. When I look at the guy speak, I'm like, what the heck is going on with this asshole? Is he the leader for Southern Cameroon? Or what the heck is wrong with him? Honestly, this is my honest opinion about Dr. Sako. The guy is not a leader. He can't speak as an orator. He can speak to inspire Southern Cameroonians. And we all know he's a thief, a clown. I want to piss some of these surrogates who support Dr. Sako, because supporting Dr. Sako is leading us to nowhere, because Dr. Sako has no vision. He has no vision to take Southern Cameroon to the next 5-10 years. He has no vision at all to show. And we had given him the opportunity to do that, but he squandered it. So I was talking about courage, which is a third skill. Courage. Dr. Sako doesn't have the courage. Look at how he was breathing after a low exercise. Breathing after a low exercise. Couldn't even express himself. I don't know why he would decide to do that in the first place. Make a video after exercising and you're breathing so hard. You can't even articulate yourself well in the first place. You have difficulty speaking, and then you want to be in the public eye. You know why Dr. Sako want to be in the public eye? When he knows he doesn't have the skills to be a leader. Well, the benefits, all the money that is being raised, he utilizes it for his own purposes. And so long as we keep Dr. Sako as the so-called frontline leader of Southern Cameroon, of Ambazonia, this war of revolution will fail. It will go nowhere. It will fail completely, and our people will die. At the end, they will not achieve what they are fighting for. So we must find a way to push Dr. Sako out completely. And I encourage the boldness of Eric Tatum. I encourage it. I enjoy when he speaks, when he can lash out at certain frontline leaders, because some of these people think that they can do whatever, and they're not. They shouldn't be held accountable. And then I'll move on to passion. When you listen to Sako speak, do you feel any passion? Do you feel inspired at all? Because I don't feel inspired at all when Dr. Sako speaks. It's like when he speaks, you're like, what is this guy saying? Honestly, what is Sako saying? He can't articulate himself well at all. He has no vision. Aerotractor has a vision, a 5-year plan vision, that when he puts, and he has explained it very well. He's articulated himself very well in the DAC program, the Diaspora Ambazonian Community, where you will be able to fund the war. And in the process of funding the war, you will support the military, support the displaced people, support the refugees. You will be able to do all that. But where is the plan of Dr. Sako? His own plan now is just to raise money and use it for himself. And if he's not getting money, he finds ways to knock out other leaders who are trying to raise money. He has no plan. He has no plan because who was the one who made him what he is? Like it or not, it was Eric Tato that made him who he was or who he is. Excuse me. It's Eric Tato that made him who he is. And without him, they can't raise money. And if the little money they raise, they're going to use it for their own purposes, not for the purpose the money was raised for. And you talk about humility. Some say, "Oh, Dr. Sako speaks with humility. He speaks softly." Well, speaking softly doesn't mean that you have humility. You know, how many times has Dr. Sako accepted that he was wrong? That's humility. How many times? How many times he stated himself that if my trip to Boya failed, he will resign his post. Well, my trip to Boya failed. How do you know my trip to Boya failed? Well, this is how. We don't know where the money went. That's number one. Two, he's doing everything possible to raise more money. Three, he's asking for more money, asking for $10,000. You're asking for $10,000 when you needed money for my trip to Boya to fund the war and so that we can go to Boya. My trip to Boya did not work. It failed woefully, badly. It failed completely. And Dr. Sako is asking for money, more money. What happened? Didn't you say my trip to Boya will be successful? And if it's not successful, you step down? Well, why are you not stepping down? Why are you asking for more money? So the thing is, and I would say these Southern Cameroonians, I think many Southern Cameroonians don't understand what leadership is. And that goes to many Africans. Don't understand what leadership is. Which is why we suffer. Which is why Africa is backward. Which is why Biya cannot get out of the seat after 37 years. Which is why we have leaders who stay in power for so long, because our people do not understand what the meaning of leadership. Let me break something down for you that don't understand. Some people don't understand. Eric Tato is not fighting to be a president of Southern Cameroon. He's not fighting to take any leadership position. His passion is to see that Southern Cameroon gains or regains its independence, its sovereignty, its freedom, and the people will enjoy that freedom. But let me ask you something. What does Dr. Sako want out of this? Oh, he wants to stay in power. A country that is fighting for independence and hasn't even obtained the independence. Yet you find a group of people from Ayabacho to Dr. Sako fighting for power. You haven't even achieved the independence. Yet you're fighting for power. What power? Southern Cameroonians, to be honest, the interim government, and I've said this over and over, you could go to my YouTube channel. We don't have a government. You know why we don't have a government? We don't have the land. We don't have a government. Southern Cameroons doesn't have a government. We've created some kind of institution. But those institutions are not government, because a government must be linked with the land, which is what we are fighting for. So in order for us to win this war, it doesn't matter what group comes out. If you could overtop all these small groups and stay focused on the cause and defeat La Republic Cameroon, good. But so long as you haven't won La Republic Cameroon, so long as you haven't gained the independence that we're fighting for, then everything we're doing is useless. It's useless. And we could go on for 5, 10, 20, 30 years If we don't achieve what we want to achieve, well, come back to zero. We'll be more than slaves in that country we call Cameroon. You will not be able to speak. So some of you who are supporting Dr. Sako, when this guy doesn't have the courage, the guts, the effrontery to fight this war, but to make money out of it. He's making money out of it because he knows, well, if it all fails, he's the United States. He don't give a shit. Dr. Sako don't give a damn. He doesn't have the passion. This guy cannot fight this war. He cannot represent Southern Cameroon. He's not a leader. He is as selfish as all those frontline leaders. But you know who is unselfish when it comes to this revolution? And some of you don't want to even think about it. Eric Tatter is unselfish. Look at among among foreign leaders that he has met by himself. Let me see all the frontline leaders. What foreign leaders have they met? What foreign leaders have they have a conversation with, interview with about the revolution or connecting to the revolution? How many of them? But how often have you seen Eric Tato speak to other leaders? Go to the Congress in the US? How many times? That's what leadership is all about. It's being able to fight for the people and fight for what the cause you're fighting. But this guy, Sako, is not doing shit as a leader. But he just wants to be at the head. He's doing the same thing Bia is doing. Bia doesn't want to step down. He wants to be at the head. He's not going to do much to change the country. But so long as he's at the head, that's what he cares. And that's the same thing with Sako. He may have not been up to 30 years or 30, but he's doing the same shit over and over. He's no different. Dr. Sako is no different from Bia. He's not. Because all he wants to do is be in power. Being able to collect the little money he's getting. You people are contributing money for the revolution. He takes his own share. He don't give a fuck about the revolution. That's not a leader for Southern Cameroon. That's a greedy ass motherfucker. And you could take this to wherever you want to and bank it. With Dr. Sako, we will never see independence. With all the fractions, we will never see independence. But so long as the soldiers on the ground can be united and work together for the revolution, this is irrespective of the so-called frontline leaders, then you will have a chance. You will have an opportunity to win this revolution. This is King H. And I'm out.